Hello, my fellow Texans and Americans. Here is a clip of me on West Virginia Wired this past week talking about your tax dollars here in the state of Texas going to left wing outlets here in our state. Let's check it out.
So, did you want me to read this article real quick that you sent to me up here? The article updated Texas tax dollars, funded Politico
Yes.
and other news sites. Let's talk about that one, Donovan.
Yeah, that's a crazy story right there.
Yeah, so it reads state agencies have given $6.7 million to various news media operations, including hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars to left-leaning entities like the Texas Tribune and Quorum. And you guys, I will say that I would be very interested to see what these are going to Virginia publications and news organizations. Wouldn't you guys love to know that one? So let's get
Yes.
article. So yeah, I love that the paper is on fire because they are no longer. So the article is by Michael Quinn Sullivan. So revelations that millions of federal tax dollars have flowed to national and even international news organizations have raised questions about journalistic integrity and government fed propaganda. So I guess some of those conspiracy theorists don't seem so crazy anymore. So, a review of state spending records finds that agencies in Texas have also been spending heavily on left wing publications. I wonder why we haven't seen any articles come out about West Virginia. Donovan, you'd think that would maybe West Virginia is clean. I don't know. What do you think?
That's this guy Michael Sullivan does a great job at the Texas scorecard, so he did a great job uncovering that. Hopefully you guys have somebody out there on your end who will do the same, but this is big news. Even though $6.7 million is not, it doesn't seem like a lot over the past 9 years, but it's still $6.7 million of our taxpayer dollars going to these left-wing outlets.
Yeah, and it would be because that's what Doge is fighting against. And I really question the people that are questioning Doge, right? And with that said, let's read a little bit more of this article and then we'll move on because I definitely wanted to show the snapshots of the side by side with JF. Because any of you that know the history of JFK, our president JFK, he was really big on photography and personal family photography. So he had a personal photographer that went around with him everywhere and took pictures of the kids in the Oval Office. So, if for those of you that don't know, when a president goes into the White House, they're able to pick all the relics that are in inventory from past presidents from the beginning to now. So he did choose the desk of John F. Kennedy. So I thought that was awesome. And there's a snapshot of little X standing to the side of the desk next to JFK with Little John underneath the desk. So we'll be showing that too as well. So let's continue. So since 2016, the comptroller's website reveals state agencies have given $342,850 to the Texas Tribune, a publication that has been aligned with leftist financier George Soros. There's that name again, George
Yep.
Soros. George Soros. And I believe his son has taken over for him since, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep
George
going.
Soros, real quick, George Soros
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
what, 93, 95 years old? I mean, I don't know how long this guy is going to last. Don't care. I'm going to leave it at that. But unfortunately, his son is going to take over the helm. But I want to talk about Texas Tribune real quick. I do get some of my news from there because sometimes they do have good information, but you can tell there is a left-leaning slant. So I didn't know a lot of these places here in Texas are left-leaning. I knew Texas Tribune for sure, but there are some more we'll get to in the article that are a little more liberal that I didn't know about.
Sounds good. Let's do it. All right, guys. So continuing on. Woo, the database finds state agencies have also paid more than $253,050 to Politico, other publications getting subsidized by State taxpayers include the Dallas Morning News, $428,096. You guys, that's $500,000. The Austin American Statesman, well, Austin doesn't surprise me, $109,639. The Houston Chronicle, $106,187. And you guys, all these amounts, this doesn't even account the amounts of money for articles that were paid for by private entities, I bet, right? So the ones that I was surprised to see Austin on the lower scale of that payment,
Yeah.
they probably funneled it into the news organization some other way, either by, like you said, a very left-leaning quote journalist. I'm very lax with that term. So anyway, so yeah, so this data is taken directly from the comptroller's website. So you guys, you can go directly to that website. I'm going to put a copy of the link in the comment section. And look, we got people. I'm sorry, I didn't even notice. You guys, thank you. Ain't no chance she gonna just justify. Look, I know. We needed that. We needed that. Thank you. Putting on weight, I assume. Yeah, yeah. There was, and I
Oh
kept
man.
saying I'm gonna weigh in on this issue, and it's just the way I speak. And then I realized, man, I'm making puns without realizing I'm making puns. But
Yep.
let the puns
Easy to do
rain. We
so.
can finally say fat again. So you guys, if you take a look, see, it breaks it down. You know, the payment dates, the amounts. I mean, date by date, all the way back to 2016. So you guys go check that
Yep.
out at your own leisure. I'm going to put it here in the comment section. So it's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, and I didn't know that the Dallas Morning News, in my opinion, does some good work as far as reporting, but I thought they were more down the middle. But now I'm starting to realize not so much. They're being this money is being funneled to these outlets. So imagine if the Texas scorecard received $200,000 from taxpayers. They would throw a fit because it's a right-leaning conservative outlet. But it's okay if it's Dallas Morning News, Austin Statesman, Texas Tribune, Houston Chronicle. So I'm glad this is being exposed, and I think more attention needs to be brought to the Texas scorecard because it is, in my opinion, the best publication in the state.